I'm taking on the most famous food challenge in all of Australia, Outback Jack's Steak Dinner Challenge, here at their Cannington location in Perth of Australia. And if I can finish the entire steak challenge, consisting of a large rump steak alongside a large portion of potato wedges and steamed veggies, all within the 30-minute time limit, I'll get the $40 meal for free, a stubby holder, otherwise known as a koozie here in the States, and I'll get my picture up on their wall of fame, showcasing my victory for eternity. And the battle is on. And as I pre-cut a portion of the steak before diving in, I would just like to kindly point out, what was being advertised here on the wall wasn't exactly what I got in person. Yeah, it seems a little bigger than the advertised one when you compare the two, but regardless of this food challenge catfish of sorts, I was still set on doing what I do best to finish, which of course is grabbing that hot juicy meat, put it into my mouth, and love every moment of it. So, if you've never heard of Outback Jacks, you're probably not from Australia, and if that's the case, you're also probably wondering something, and I'll just answer you right away by saying no. This steak is not made with kangaroo meat, but you can order items here such as crocodile tail fillet, emu fan fillet, or even a kangaroo rump steak. So, if you're ever in the land down under and feeling a bit adventurous, you've certainly got some options here. After taking a few bites of the steak, I can confirm, I did in fact enjoy the steak. It had that classic savory and meaty flavor combination, and the steak was cooked to perfection, keeping it very juicy and also on the tender side. And I'm the type of person who just needs a little salt and pepper with his steak, and then I'm set. Because if I really like the steak, I want to taste more of those savory, meaty flavors. As I finished up with the steak, I started to notice I parted the plate like some sort of magic food fighting Moses, as it was time for the much welcomed mixed vegetables. So, granted, they don't have a lot of flavor, but nothing that can't be fixed with a little salt and pepper, or even some of the leftover steak juices too. And with being steamed vegetables, they're much easier to eat, which would help me save time during the steak challenge, because any time saved here I'm sure I'd be using later on. Finished with the vegetables, now all that remained was that pile of huge potato wedges, which you should know how the saying goes by now. Potato wedges, well, they're potato wedges. And not that I thought they'd be any different here, but if this challenge is going to get served in its generous portions, the potato wedges are probably the thing I would want the least generous portions of, if that makes any sense. But at the end of the day, it's all good. I'm just being what I like to call a turd, which is kind of my dorky, silly, and quirky behavior. and I'm just having fun with it, enjoying the good times and great vibes. And if you're on board with that, then be sure to take a few seconds to leave a little magic of your own by hitting that like button and leave a comment down below if this is a food adventure you would like to embark on. And to be fair, there was a lot of potato I had to pack down here, but these did have a little bit of seasoning and they were cooked relatively well, with a bit of that crispy factor on the outside, particularly around the corners and edges, and a nice soft inside that bursts with potato with each bite. Not gonna lie, this part was a bit of a grind, but I continued to chip away at these potato wedges, one bite at a time. Now that I've completed one of Australia's most iconic steak challenges, it was time to finish off this food adventure with my own iconic post-challenge victory push-ups. And while I bust these out in extraordinary fashion, embark on another video by tapping the video on the screen or one of the links in the description down below, and I'll see you there.